we're Kristen and Michael. Over the last 6+ years, we've been coming out to the Joshua Tree area to get away from the hustle and bustle of our city lives. We fell in love with it so much so that 3 years ago, we bought our first home here. We fully DIY renovated it, and now it's our Airbnb, the Seventh Ray House. Since then, we've hosted so many of our friends, and over time, we've really dialed in our favorite places to visit out here in the high desert. So whether you're looking to relax, explore the unique landscape, or just escape for the weekend, we've put together this guide to help you plan the perfect getaway to Joshua Tree.
First things first, where exactly is Joshua Tree? Well, it's located in Southern California, about 2 hours east of Los Angeles. It's situated right where the Mojave and the Colorado deserts meet, creating this incredible mix of rugged landscapes, unique plant life, and wide open skies. Joshua Tree sits at an elevation of about 2,700 feet, so even though you're in the desert, the temperatures here are a bit cooler than the surrounding areas, especially in the evenings. Our favorite times in the high desert are March, April, and May, and then September and October because the weather is just right. But honestly, year-round, it's an awesome place to come. And keep in mind that it does snow here anywhere that we've seen from January to March. And if you're coming to the area, you're most likely going to be staying in an Airbnb because there are little to no hotels. These are our recommendations as far as areas to look for Airbnbs in. You want to avoid places in the downtown areas because you don't want to have neighbors. You want to experience nature like it should. Our house is on 5 acres and it's just outside of town, so we love it. We love being able to see for miles. You're really not going to get the full Joshua Tree experience if you're in the heart of town, unless you like that kind of vibe. Now let's get into our favorite places to go in Joshua Tree, California. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to our channel. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different.
We are going to be exploring the Yucca Valley and Joshua Tree area, showing you all of the restaurants and shops that we love to go to and where we like to bring our friends.
We've been coming out here every other week for the last 3 years, and so we know this place well. First up, our friends are coming into town.
Yes.
They're driving in. We're going to meet them at Tiny Pony. Tiny Pony Tavern is one of our favorite places to grab lunch in Yucca Valley. They just opened up a shop next door that's like a wine shop, alcohol. I think there's kind of food there, but they just started doing coffee. Desierto Alto, I believe it's called. Yeah. Correct us in the comments. Tiny Pony Tavern. We are going to stop there and get their burgers because we love their burgers so much. That's the first stop.
We were planning on doing the Integratron sound bath this weekend too.
Starting the trip with a little zen.
But it was closed for most of summer and just opened up. It's Labor Day weekend and slots went like that.
Our recommendation would be definitely book your sound bath at the Integratron. The Integratron is a 38-foot dome that was built in 1957 by George Van Tassel. Van Tassel was said to have been contacted by aliens and given the secrets to time travel, and so he started building this structure that now is used for sound baths because it is an acoustically perfect chamber, and it is probably one of the coolest experiences that you will ever have. We have done it a handful of times and we love it every time, so definitely don't miss out on this, and you can read more about it online and book your appointments on their website. Located outside of the main areas in a town called Landers, but the trip is so worth it. Now let's get into our first stop.
Yucca Valley is the first place we're going to be talking about. It has all of your grocery stores. It's in between Morongo and Joshua Tree. It's really a hot spot, and the downtown area is the place to be. This is where we like to shop, grab a coffee, take our friends around, and introduce them to the area because this is the first place you will hit in the high desert that has the most exciting stuff. From vintage shops to vinyl record stores and our favorite Acme 5, which is a lifestyle apothecary, furniture store, all the things. You can also get Joshua Tree coffee there, and all of the vintage shops downtown are so fun to go see. The fun thing about this area is that all of the vintage shops usually have a little bit of both. They've got vintage and they've got brand new products to choose from. These are some of our favorite places to shop, but honestly, there's so many we couldn't show you them all in one video, but just make sure to go explore. Now let's get into our favorite, the food. First up is Tiny Pony. This is our favorite spot in Yucca Valley to get lunch, but at night, it gets a little crazy. It gets fun. There's a pool table, a bar, the cocktails are delicious. It's a fun place to be. So that's kind of why we like to go during the day. We get a cheeseburger, you could get a cocktail, you could get a coffee. There's an outdoor space, delicious fries and salads. And right next door is Desierto Alto, which just reopened in a new location. This is the perfect spot to go grab a bottle of wine, a snack, or a coffee now before you check into your Airbnb.
A Tiny Pony,
Yeah.
amazing spot.
Out of 10.
Burger was probably, in my book, it would be, I would say a 9.2. No, sorry, 8.2. Gluten-free bun was amazing. A little bit crumbly, but that's kind of par for the course.
Everything 15 out of 10.
Hey,
You're just gonna drop 15.
This is the beginning, watch.
Fries were crispy. The salad was well dressed. The burger is
juicy.
There were cats all over the walls.
Another place we love to stop off at is Luna Sourdough. It's an organic bakery. They have pastries, homemade bread. They have gluten-free options and small bites. Our favorite place to go to dinner in Yucca Valley is the Copper Room. It is right on the airport right there. You can see it out of the bar windows. You can see the planes fly in. It's so cool. The Copper Room has a rich history of Hollywood A-listers from the 1940s and 50s. It's a little bit on the expensive side, but they have delicious Asian fusion food, and they have a ton of gluten-free options and delicious drinks and live music.
Next up is Flamingo Heights, and we love this area because this is where our house is, 10 minutes outside of downtown Yucca Valley, and we love it. It's relatively untouched by companies and businesses, and it remains true to how the area probably looked a long time ago. This is our favorite place to shop, although it is sadly closing at the end of the year. If you are in the area until then, check out Moonwind. It is one of our favorite places to come grab clothes, candles, crystals, and just bring our friends. And right next door is Giant Rock Meeting Room, and this is our favorite pizza in the area. This is a gluten-free option, and then there is the regular pizza. We absolutely love this place, and we come here as much as we can. The vibes are immaculate, and they have live music every week. Next up is La Copine, great place for breakfast, brunch, and lunch. Make sure you make reservations. They are pretty much always busy, and that is because the food is some of the best food in the area, so definitely don't miss this spot. And they change their menu seasonally, so check before you go. If you're coming to Joshua Tree, you have to visit the national park. It feels like going to another world. It attracts 2 to 3 million people every year, and rightly so because it is so beautiful. Fun little fact for you, there are actually 2 entrances to the park. The one that's accessible out of the main downtown area of Joshua Tree can get very busy, so there's also one in 29 Palms. Also, if you buy a pass, I believe it's good for a week, so you can come back the next day for free. Today we are going to go into the, or we already are, into the park. And we are going to do a nice nature walk. We're not calling this a hike because some of the people in this car aren't fans of hikes.
Right
Kristen mostly. So we are going to do the Barker Dam Trail, which is like a mile, a flat land.
Great.
Just nice views. There's also some cave paintings, some like indigenous people cave paintings there that are really cool to see. So we'll take you on this little jaunt. Recommend getting there early if it's like it's Labor Day weekend.
Yeah.
We got here at what, 7:15?
And there were like 4 cars in front of us?
Yeah, so not bad at all. But if it hits like 10 o'clock, good luck. So let's do it. Established in 1936, Joshua Tree National Park has over 790 acres. Joshua Tree is famous for its namesake trees, incredible rock formations, and world-class hiking and camping. There are over 300 miles of hiking trails ranging from easy walks like we're doing today to more challenging routes like Ryan Mountain or the Hidden Valley Loop. There's also rock climbing, but if you're planning to camp, book early because campsites fill up fast, especially in the spring and fall when the temperatures are perfect for outdoor adventures. Don't forget to stay for stargazing. The dark skies here are some of the best in the world. P.S. The cell service can suck in here, so make sure you bring everything that you need with you. To be fully transparent with you guys, we are not hikers. There are probably much better videos if you want to learn all about the hiking trails in Joshua Tree National Park. We do not do a lot of hiking when we come into the park. We go for the easy stuff. We come to just see the landscape and the scenery, and then we go and we do the best part, which is shopping and food, which we are getting to next.
Downtown Joshua Tree is on the main highway and has shops on either side, but coffee is number one. So we are going to go to Joshua Tree Coffee. It's some of our favorite. You can take bags to go. Their menu isn't super extensive, but it's delicious. Then there's Maso Menos, which is a daytime coffee shop and nighttime cocktail bar, or you can come for a day cocktail, whatever you're feeling. They've got little trinkets, olive oil, they've got a beautiful patio, and sometimes they serve small bites, and they have a photo booth, which is, of course, our favorite. Next, let's get into shopping. Joshua Tree Trading Post just opened up. It is now one of our favorite places to go. The roaming travelers moved into this spot, and they have some vintage mixed with new, which I want to get that jacket. And there are a ton of other shops in the area. You could walk around for hours, bookstores, all the things. One place we like to stop at is the station and take a few photos because it's such an eclectic spot. We love to get our saddle blankets here and just some gift shop kind of things. And then there is actually a Joshua Tree gift store, which has all of the tourist items you would ever want from Joshua Tree. And then we love to shop local, so we'll hit the farmer's market, which is open on Saturdays, and we'll pick up some produce there. A lot of it's organic. After exploring and working up an appetite, you know we gotta hit the breakfast spots. We love Crossroads Cafe. They have the best banana bread we've ever had in our lives. There's a ton of other options, one being Country Kitchen. It gets really packed, so make sure to get there early. And then there's also the Des, which is a snack and coffee shop. You can grab and go, basically. You can get something and then head into Joshua Tree National Park. And if you're feeling like you want to go have a drink at the Saloon, it's a really cool, eclectic spot. It's a national treasure, I'd say.
Just a 20-minute drive from downtown Joshua Tree is a quirky little town originally built in the 1940s as a Hollywood movie set for westerns. This is one of the areas with the coolest Airbnbs like you've never seen before. We recommend when you first get there, check into Pappy and Harriet's, put your name in because there's usually a long line. We'll get more into Pappy and Harriet's later, but this is our favorite place to bring our friends and family because there is so much history here. It was founded in 1946 by a group of Hollywood filmmakers and actors including Roy Rogers as a functioning Old West movie set. They built it to look like an 1800s Western town with saloons, stables, and jails, but it also had real businesses where cast and crew could live while filming. Dozens of historic Westerns and TV shows were shot right here. Today, you can see the old town still stands. It's filled with new life. Pioneertown Bowling is about to open its doors for the first time after being brought back to life from the 1940s. This is one of our favorite stores, Suki Modern. You gotta hit it up for all of the cowboy things that you could ever need. And there are just a ton of stores here. One of our favorites is also Hiba Botanica. They have a ton of balms, lotions, soaps, perfumes. You can spend hours getting lost in all of these stores. We love Pioneertown General Store and the General Merchant. There are chickens, turkeys sometimes, goats that make soap. And they also do live Western reenactments with horse riding and gunslinging. And when it comes to food, there are really two places in Pioneertown that you want to hit. This is Pappy and Harriet's. It is a staple, a roadhouse with traditional barbecue and amazing drinks served in mason jars. We absolutely love this spot. Look at those ribs. And then at night, this place turns into a live music venue where a long list of famous musicians have taken the stage. And while we were there, we decided to go last minute to Emo Night, which was so much fun because we are millennials. And the second place that you cannot miss is the Red Dog Saloon. This is the original saloon that was recently restored during COVID. It is one of our favorite places to bring friends. The original bar is still there. It's covered in memorabilia from all of the old times and just feels like you're in an old Western saloon. Not to mention, the food here is phenomenal. They mostly have tacos, and their breakfast chilaquiles are probably my favorite that I've ever had before. And don't forget to splurge and get the churros with the chocolate sauce.
We didn't get into the 29 Palms area, which is a whole other video in and of itself, but these are the places that we love to take our friends and family anytime they're in town. And this is our house, the 7th Ray House out in the Yucca Valley area. We are Kristen and Michael. We're a DIY couple who renovated and short-term rent this home on Airbnb, and we've been doing this for the last 3 years. So if you like to watch DIY upgrades, home decor videos, you want to stick around, subscribe to the channel. If you want to learn more about Airbnbs and self-managing, what it's like, that's what we do here on our channel, as well as DIYs and all that fun stuff that has to do with home renovation. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in our next video.